You know that sick, heavy feeling in your stomach. You just closed your journal. You wrote the same lesson for the 47th time. Be patient. Stick to the plan. Your hands are still shaking from the loss. Here is the truth nobody tells you. Your journal is not fixing you. It is training your brain to lose. Every trading guru says the same thing. Keep a journal. Write down your mistakes. You listened. You did the work. You have pages and pages of entries, and you are still blowing accounts. That is not a coincidence. You do not have one problem. You have three invisible traps hiding inside your journal. And by the end of this video, you will know how to kill all three. Tyler is 28, lives in Denver. He has been trading for 3 years. 2 blown accounts, $11,000 gone. Tyler journals every single day. He writes 2 full pages after every session. His journal is 200 pages thick. He is still losing money. Now meet Mia. She is 31, lives in Austin. She only trades the 4-hour chart. Mia journals too, but her journal has 12 pages total. 12 pages in 14 months. She is up 32% this year. Tyler writes novels. Mia writes prescriptions. That difference is everything. And it comes down to 3 traps that Tyler fell into. Traps that Mia never built. Trap number 1, the repetition trap. Open Tyler's journal to any page. Here is what you will find. Lesson learned, be more patient. Lesson learned, wait for confirmation. Lesson learned, do not revenge trade. Sound familiar? Here is what actually happens inside your brain. Every time you write the same lesson, your brain reads it and thinks, I know this already. It skips right over it, like a song you have heard 1,000 times. You do not hear the lyrics anymore. You just nod along. Writing be patient 50 times does not make you patient. It makes your brain numb to the word patient. Think of your journal like a garden. You are supposed to plant seeds. Each entry should grow into something useful. But Tyler is not planting seeds. He is watering the same dead patch of dirt. Same spot, same water, every single day. Nothing grows there anymore. The soil is dead. Meanwhile, the rest of his garden, the parts that actually need attention, bone dry. Dying, Mia does something completely different. She never writes be patient. Not once. Instead, she writes this. Next time price pulls back to the 4-hour level, I will wait for a close above before I enter. That is not a feeling. That is a decision. That is a seed that actually grows. That was trap number 1. There are 2 more. The second one is worse. Trap number 2, the shame log. Tyler's journal entry from last Tuesday. I am going to read it to you. Took 6 trades today. Lost $340. I feel like an idiot. Why do I keep doing this? I will never be consistent. Maybe I am not cut out for this. Now read that again slowly. What does that entry teach him? Nothing. Zero. Not one usable thing. That is not a journal entry. That is a confession booth. Tyler is not learning from his day. He is punishing himself for his day. And here is the part that should scare you. Researchers studied people trying to change habits. They split them into 2 groups. Group 1 wrote about their failures and how bad they felt. Group 2 wrote what they would do differently next time. Group 1 did not stay the same. They got worse. Writing about shame does not fix behavior. It locks the behavior in place. Your brain starts to expect the failure. You write I messed up enough times, your brain files it under, this is who I am. That feeling in your chest right now, that tightness, that recognition, that is your brain telling you something. It has been building this cage for months. Tyler's journal is not a tool. It is a shame museum. He walks through it every night, looks at every failure on display, and wonders why he cannot stop failing. In Japan, when a bowl cracks, they do not throw it away. They glue it back together with gold. The cracks become the most beautiful part, not because the break was good, because the repair was intentional. Tyler's journal catalogs every crack, but it never adds the gold. There is no repair, just damage on display. Now let me ask you something, and be honest with yourself. When was the last time your journal told you what to do instead of how you felt? Trap number 3, the emotion dump. Tyler writes about feelings. I felt anxious. I felt greedy. I felt scared. Page after page of emotional weather reports. Here is why that destroys your trading. Your brain has a gas tank for decisions. Every choice you make burns fuel. What to eat, what to wear, when to enter a trade. When you spend 30 minutes writing about anxiety, you burn fuel describing storms instead of building a shelter. Tyler spends his entire evening on emotions. He shows up to the screen with an empty tank, and he wonders why he makes bad decisions by 10 in the morning. Here is the math that should keep you up tonight. Tyler takes about 10 trades per week. At 1% risk on his $8,000 account, that is $80 per trade. Over 48 trading weeks, that is 480 trades per year. 480 decisions. If his journal improved just one decision per week, one single trade saved from a bad entry, that is 48 fewer losing trades. At $80 each, $3,840 saved. Not from a better strategy, not from a new indicator, from a better journal, but only if the journal writes prescriptions, not diaries. If you felt a knot in your stomach just now, this next part is for you. Here are the 3 shifts that save your journal. Shift 1. Stop writing lessons. Start writing decisions. Delete the word lesson from your journal forever. Replace it with one format. Next time I see X, I will do Y. Every entry must be a sentence your future self can execute without thinking. Shift 2. Stop writing after trades. Start writing before them. Mia does not journal after her session. She journals the night before. She writes one sentence. Tomorrow I am looking for a pullback at the 1-hour level. 15 seconds of writing. She shows up to the screen with a plan, not a prayer. Shift 3. Kill the emotion section. If your journal asks how did you feel, cross it out. Replace it with one question. What did I see on the chart that made me act? Feelings are weather. They change every hour. Chart observations are seeds. They grow into patterns. Now here is what happened to Tyler. He tried all 3 shifts. The first week was incredible. He took 4 trades, won 3. He only traded the first 90 minutes after the New York Open. By 11 o'clock he was done. He felt unstoppable. Then Wednesday of week 2 hit. A surprise news spike wiped his best trade. He lost $290 in 9 seconds. And what did Tyler do? He opened his journal and wrote, I hate this market. Nothing works. One line. Pure shame. No decision. He was right back in the old garden, watering dead dirt again. But here is what was different this time. Tyler read that entry the next morning, and he noticed it. He saw the dead dirt for what it was. He crossed it out, and underneath he wrote, next time news hits during my trade, move stop to break heaven before the release. That is the real victory, not avoiding the relapse, recognizing it faster. Tyler did not become a new person that day. He just pulled the weed quicker. I know this because I lived it. 18 months ago my journal was 4 notebooks thick. Every page said the same thing. Be disciplined. Stop overtrading. I lost $1,700 in 1 month. A month where I journaled every single day. The journal did not help, because I was watering weeds. The week I switched to decision tree entries, I took 5 fewer trades that week. And I kept $400 more. Not from skill, from clarity. Here is your one habit for tonight. Open your journal. Find the last entry where you wrote be patient. Cross it out with a thick line. Write one sentence underneath. Next time I see my setup, I will do this one thing. That is it. One sentence. 15 seconds. Do it tonight before you go to sleep. You do not need a thicker journal. You need a sharper one. Stop building a museum of your mistakes. Start building a garden that feeds your future. A journal should not record who you were today. It should instruct who you will be tomorrow. The best traders do not write more. They write less, but every word cuts. Your journal is not your therapist. It is your blueprint.